Shalom!
Shalom.
Welcome to LJ's Spurs chat. Good evening, Dan. Hello, what's the point, FC?
Evening, mate. Evening. What's the point?
I'm going to give it a. Even though we predicted all to win, I think deep down we knew, didn't we? Now let's start. Sloppy Spurs again couldn't beat Wolves at the sixth time of asking. This time it was against a Wolves side who'd lost their opening five Premier League games coming into this game. In the first half, Spurs played okay without really creating any clear-cut chances, and Wolves were a threat on the counter. But as has become the norm so far under Thomas Frank, the team didn't come out again for the second half, and Wolves were more than a match for their North London opponents. The Wolves' goal came from a corner when Guillermo's effort was palmed away by Vicario, hit Polinia, the ball fell to Bueno, who tapped home. Surely, in my point of view anyway, we can talk about it, Vicario should have caught the ball from the first shot. Vicario didn't have his best game, to be fair, kicking the ball out of play numerous times, and a couple of times he was passing out to teammates who were not in the real position to accept a pass. Spurs were rocked by that goal, and Wolves made decent changes, bringing on fast, strong, and enthusiastic players to which Spurs just had no answer to. And it looked like a typical, dare as I say, Spursy result was imminent. But with virtually the last kick of the game, a Portel cross was laid off brilliantly by Sarr, and Paulinia curled a lovely effort into the far post. A rare moment of quality from Tottenham, as many players would have just smashed that in a blind panic. To be fair, in my opinion, again, Paulinia was once again Tottenham's best player, winning 10 duels and 5 tackles in this game. So a point is a point, but worryingly for Spurs, they just don't look a threat in the final third at all. And Thomas Frank must be praying that the return of Solanke and new man Mwani will help them in the upcoming fixtures. Also, Xavi Simons so far has looked lost out wide, and even when he did come inside for his favourite number 10 role, he was dispossessed many times. Maybe us fans are going to have to be a bit patient with him because it looks like it's going to need a while for him to adjust to the Premier League. Why do we struggle at home as Spurs have now won just 3 out of their last 17 Premier League home games since November 2024? Dan?
Oh, mate, do you know what? I know we all predicted that we thought we was going to be a win, and that it's just typical Spurs. For me, that performance just typifies how we are as a football team at this moment in time. And regardless of like Frank coming in or who it is, I just think that's how they are at this moment in time. I think, like, what's the point? I tell you what, I picked out players, right? So straight at the back, I thought we just looked so dodgy. I didn't think Spence played well at fucking right back at all. I thought Romero wasn't on it. Ed was somewhere else. Vicario, I'm lost for words as to why he is still our number one now. He is beginning to be like Lloris was a couple of times over a couple of seasons, where he would lose us points in games and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm losing patience with him. Our midfield is generally okay. I think what we miss is Pep Sarr's energy in there, and Bentancur and Paulinho can't do that. Paulinho is by far our best player at this moment in time. Thank God we got him, because if we didn't have him, I think the season so far would have been different. Up front, Richarlison is Richarlison. He is, I said to you the other day, 2 games, he looked okay. Now he's got no pressure on him. There's nobody hounding down to take his place. He is the starter up the top. Kudos has been absolutely awful for 2 or 3 games now, not doing anything. I can read what he's going to do, and it's just like you can see he's just going to do that silly little cutback, and then try and quick shift the ball, and that's what he does all the time. And I can understand why West Ham fans used to say he's so hot and cold. One game he could be on it, the next game his head's somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? I agree with you about Simons. Could be a good couple of games to get him in, but I just don't see why we're playing him out on the left. And I know, just change the system. Don't play a 4 at the back. Do you know what I mean? Play a 3. Go 3-5-2. Change it up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just what we need to do. So it was awful, to be fair, yesterday, and we got away with a point. And Vicario, he should have caught that ball for me. That ball was not travelling fast enough for him, but he palmed it out with 2 hands.
Yeah. If you can get 2 hands, you're catching you.
Exactly. And when they showed it from the rear, you can actually see how easy he could have caught that football. And you're thinking, Christ almighty, it's just, I don't know. And it's what's the point, Sam? Too many times we're trying to force the ball, trying to force playing or whatnot, and we give the ball away so in easy positions. And then we've now started to get into this theme that I think that we're starting to foul players a lot more. So if one of the wheels not going, we're fouling a lot of players and opposition. But I mean, fair play to Wolves. A bit like Donny, they were on it, mate. They were literally. That's how I want us to start playing. Our players just don't look hungry at this moment in time. And like first couple of games, we were on it. We were hounding. We were pressing. We weren't giving anybody any time on that fucking ball. And now it's like we've adopted fucking Flanger's come back in. Flanger's taken over fucking Frank, and we are playing this useless, sloppy football where the ball's given away all the time. We're over committing and stuff. I just think it was a typical Spurs game yesterday, and I hate what fucking Sky are doing like by having games at fucking 8 o'clock in the evening. In my eyes, they should all be played on a Saturday at fucking, regardless of whether you're playing the European football, Saturday 3 o'clock. Get it fucking done. We're all watching the fucking video printer, watching the scores rolling, unless you're watching your game. It just annoys me. There's so many games all over the place now, but that's no excuse. I just thought it was poor, really poor, and at this moment in time, we lack a spark. We just don't have a spark. And like Simmons looks lost. Now, whether it's getting up to speed with the Premier League, coming from the Bundesliga again, but then Paulinho's come from there and he looks up to speed. He knows what the Premier League's like anyway from being with Fulham. I tell you what, when you look at how we played yesterday and how we were against Donny, we don't offer Richarlison a lot of service, but when he does get service, he's either static or he falls over the ball or his touch has gone again. Or I just think he's useless. I think he's absolutely useless at this moment in time, and you just want to play him up there. So I think it was a hard watch yesterday.
I think I can understand why managers rotate, but I would never rotate Porro.
Yeah, I agree with what
he always fit. And I remember Simon was on the other day saying he wants to see Spence at right back. Nah. Spence is better at left back.
Yeah, he is.
Got Porro on there because Porro, even when he was whipping balls in, in the final third, 30 yards out, whipping balls in. I don't understand. I don't think he would have been happy either with being rotated. And also, a lot of people on social media were saying the Bentancur Polinia doesn't work.
No, I don't think it works.
I think it does against big teams, but I don't think if you're playing Wolves at home, you could have got away with just playing Polinia. I don't think you need to sit in midfielders at home to Wolves. No disrespect.
That's what I'm saying to you. We missed Sarr. We missed Sarr's energy and his press, and that's what he gives us. And you're right. Sometimes that, like, what's the point saying? Fucking hell, mate. How many times have we said it? Johnson, Odegaard and Tell are at this moment in time are championship at best standards. They are bang average players. They're French under 21s, but come on, fucking hell. Under 20, it means absolutely fuck all. Tell offers fucking nothing. His touches, I know he'll be down on confidence and everything, but awful. Kudos, his touch is awful. He doesn't. There's nothing there. There's nothing in the final third, and I think it's quite. I was excited about him coming, thinking, he needs to come and he needs to prove a point. But at the moment, it seems like he's gone back into that West Ham fucking fold of how he was.
I do like Kudus, but he frustrates me sometimes. I don't want to slate the bloke because I think he's been a good signing, but he does have a tendency to hang on to the ball too long or try another turn. You've already turned him, mate. Just whip it in. You don't have to turn
go.
Again.
Yeah, beat the man.
But anyway, Thomas Frank said, I think we needed a top performance to win, but we put in an average performance. We still ended up with a point on a day when things didn't go right. I liked what Polinia said. He said, it's a draw that feels like a loss. I am not happy at all, to be honest. He said, these are the games we need to win, especially when we play at home. We did a great first half, but we could have created more chances. When you're losing 1-0 to these kind of teams, we need to push on the pitch. It's not going to be easy. We all knew it. Of course, I'm really sad. This result is mandatory for us in these games. A draw feels like a loss. It's good to hear someone come out with that. Dan, again, I think I've asked this question before. What is, with the players that we've got, the squad we've got at the moment, what is the best way to sort out the left-hand side with the players we got? Because it's a massive problem.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think, like what's the point said, you're buying a number 10 in what is. So it's not working out there for him on the left. We can see that it's not working out there for him. He needs to be played in that 10 position. For me, what I would like to see is us play a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
And put Paro as the fucking wide right flipping of that 5 and play Simmons behind a striker in the 2 up top. And I think that will work for us because we do have the players that can play a 3-5-2. We've got quality defenders. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have 3 centre halves playing in that position. All of our defenders are all, apart from Ben Davies, I think, are all 6 foot plus.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make a difference. And a lot of teams will play a 3 up top or a 1 up top with 3 behind. So how many times are our centre halves being asked to actually mark a player? Both centre halves, if you know what I mean. Like old school when we used to have it, when they used to play, both centre halves I was marking somebody until you were marking somebody because they had 2 forwards up top. Do you know what I mean? Or we'd pass it on to the right or left back. But I just think he's played the same formation and he's kept playing that formation. It's like that V behind, it's like a V behind the back 4. So he has Paulinho or Benton Court and then like 2 players in front and then those fucking useless 3 up fucking top for me at this moment. I'm fucking disappointed, mate. It's like I say, I just want to remain positive because I think we've got the right coach in there to get the best out of players. But at this moment in time, our start has got us where we are.
Yeah.
Teams around us are looking far more potent at the final third than what we are.
Yeah.
Because at this moment in time, I just think we're fucking useless. If January can't come quick enough, and I'll tell you what, we need a striker. We need if he's going to carry on playing a 4-3-3, then we're gonna have to have a top fucking left, either a left-footed or a right-footed that's going to play on that that can play in that position on the left-hand side. I mean, Paulinho's fine.
On a contract, and he at City apparently.
Sorry,
Savinho's supposed to be close to signing a deal with City.
Yeah, do you know what? That's fucking familiar, isn't it?
Is it just no idea?
Well, I mean, they could be trying to force the hand a little bit and say, yeah, he'll sign a new deal, but it'll cost Spurs 100 million to get him out.
I do think at times we did look a little more. I'm not saying balanced. More, I will say we did look a little more balanced with Udogie pushing up on the left wing. You know what I mean? We might have to look into that a bit more. I think because it ain't working with.
Yeah, I think
crosses in, Dan. You're not confident of Rich. You're not confident, are you, of Richie putting it in the net?
No, and that's the thing. And I'm not confident of him getting any service whatsoever. I'm not confident of Kudos or Johnson, whoever it is, Odebear, playing in there. Simmons naturally wants to come in. He's not going to want to take that player on the outside, or he'll want to cut back and he'll want to whip it in. And teams will know that if they see him playing out on that left, they'll know that he's predominantly a right-footed player who will want to come and whip that ball in. But we're not even seeing that. We're not even seeing that from Kudos. We're seeing like a dubbed ball. Nothing's whipped in. It's like it's there, so it's there for the taking. It's not quick or anything. And disappointing, mate. Really disappointing. I'm thinking
first half, Dan. I will say, what's the point? FC has said a good point there. Kudos ran himself into the ground, and from the 70th minute, he was knackered. You're right there,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah,
But
change him.
what really annoyed me yesterday in the first half. Why weren't Spurs pressing Wolves' defence? Right, when Wolves had the ball in their defence, we weren't pressing until they got to our half. Normally we do, right?
Is
And I
that
can
is that a reaction from last week? Is it?
Yeah, but surely if you're playing a team which has just lost their opening 5 games, they're playing possession at the back. You'd put your front three to press them, make them nervous because their confidence couldn't have been that high. But there was
No,
no pressing. Charleston was
no,
standing in the centre circle. They didn't go and press in the first half at all. I couldn't
no,
understand that. I thought
no,
Thomas Frank said before, we'll always press. We didn't yesterday.
no.
You said before the game that you're going to send the boys out to attack straight from the off. It
Yeah,
didn't happen.
it didn't look like a Thomas Frank team
No.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It looked like there wasn't. It looked like they didn't have much of a clue what was going on,
No.
or what they're. I don't know, maybe like fucking hell. With how many games are we in now? 5. Is it
Yeah.
like? Are they trying to get used to the system? I can't fucking. You know what I mean? These are professional players. They should be fucking used to that system by now. I just think that fucking hell. I want players to come off that pitch absolutely fucked. I want them to come off. They're hanging out their arse, giving
Effort.
110% effort. But
Yeah.
some of them just waltz around the pitch still, and I don't know whether this is because there's the competition for places is still not is up and down. Do you know what I mean? You kind of like know we kind of like know who's going to be playing at this moment in time, don't we? And I know everybody's got their like starting preferred 11, but we kind of like know that Vic's going to be in goal, Paro maybe at right back, and then the 2 centre halves. And then Paulinho and Bentancur's going to be in there, and then you can have Bergville in there. I didn't think Bergville was that good yesterday. I thought he was over trying
Again.
and giving the ball away, trying to make things. I think it's because he's trying to make things happen. And I'm glad Paulinho's come out and said that because they can't be happy.
No, I'm glad he came out and said that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shouting and fucking balling at players on the fucking pitch to get there. Me as a captain, I used to fucking shout and ball at my mates. Come on, get your fucking fingers out your ass. Do you know what I mean? Put some fucking effort in. If you ain't going to put the effort in, go off. Go and sit on the sideline and watch.
I put a tweet out before the game and I said, this is where we will find out if the mentality under Thomas Frank has changed. So far, it's not. And I said it hasn't changed because you would be all over him for the first half. It's too safe. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is. He likes to make. He likes to. It's like saying our defensive is okay, but our offensive is not at the moment.
But is that his fault? Probably not.
No, I think he's. I think
he's playing with the cards that he's dealt with. Hello, Johnny. Isn't he?
Yeah.
So we can't really judge him until he's got his own ball players in. I mean, I'm not being funny. Would any of us get anything out of them lot? No, not have fun. It's rubbish. It needs a window.
He is going to need. He's going to need January and probably next year to get in what he kind of like wants. I don't think it's hard, like looking at other teams, right, and seeing how they are, like how Bournemouths and your Crystal Palaces. I mean, I think Glasner is an amazing fucking manager. He's doing what he's doing with that. They actually look better without Eze.
Yeah, didn't they?
Crystal Palace. They absolutely fucking they were on it. But he's playing a 3-4-3 formation. We could play that formation, right? If Frank wanted to try and tweak it a little bit and play something like that. But their players, they're hungry for it. They're hounding fucking Liverpool. They were yesterday. And it's not just Liverpool. They've been like that all season. We've seen that for the first 2 games against Burnley and Man City. And then the drop started. It started to drop off. And we've noticed that over each game. Even against Doncaster, we noticed it. Do you know what I mean? Not coming at the first Champions League game. They should all be jumping around for joy playing the fucking Champions League. Yeah. It's a privilege to be out there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they strolled about the park, didn't come out. So I think it's a bit like that. I think maybe he's trying to find his balance at the moment. And if he's got players like Sarr, who he likes an engine room, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He likes somebody like that. If he's not in that team, then that takes it well because Sarr is nowhere near like Bergville at all. They're totally different players. Both got energy, but in different one how they play. Yeah, difficult one. We'll see, mate. I'm not being funny. Look, we've got a draw, we've got a point, so that's the only positive that I think we can take from it. But we definitely need We definitely need 3 or 4 players, I think, in January just to put squad up a little bit. But mate, yeah.
What did you think of it yesterday, and John?
Didn't mind the first half so much. The second half bored me to fucking tears, to be honest with you. Yeah. I can see a lot that's wrong with Tottenham in that game, can't you? Like Vicario, Kudos doing the same old thing again. We need a striker. Absolutely, that transfer window was like anticlimactic, wasn't it? You know, everyone fucking going nuts over these transfers, and I thought to myself, hold on. We actually need some fucking elite players, man, and some rotational players, and we got fuck all. Didn't enjoy the second half whatsoever. I thought it was dog shit, to be honest with you.
What is it, John, with Spurs? I call it Spurs second half syndrome. It's a bit of a habit.
I think it's the Thomas Frank syndrome. That's what it is. I'm not a big lover of Thomas Frank. I agree he's a good manager for a mid-table club. I expect a lot more being Tottenham Hotspur. You know what I mean? I want more for the club. I want some fucking elite players and a fucking elite manager, not a mid-table geezer who's going to say yes sir, no sir, and I'm just negative today after that one. You know what I mean? I would have punched Thomas Frank in the fucking head. I really do.
You don't even any answer to it, because it is seeming to be a thing, this second half business, doesn't it? They don't come out. I don't know. Is it Thomas Frank not getting him a kick up the arse at half time, or what? It's weird.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because I don't know really, because I can't see him as that shouty manager that when you're like sitting in that you've come off the pitch and your team comes off and you're like you haven't played bad, but you're not played good, and you're sitting there. You can't do like, I mean, I've had managers in the past, mate, playing Northern League football and all that lot, fucking howling down at us if we've not fucking playing. Yeah, absolutely ripping us a new fucking arsehole, regardless of whether fucking they're a professional fucking footballer or not. They need to fucking buck up, and they're getting fucking paid 100+ fucking grand a week. Do you know what I mean? Not just to stroll around the fucking pitch, and we have this all the fucking time, don't we? Yeah. And yeah, it is a bit of a Tottenham, Harry, bit of a Tottenham syndrome thing goes on. I think that it's early days for Frank. It is a step up from Brentford for the expectation surrounding Tottenham and all that, and it's a different bunch of players. You would think they are more elite players playing at Tottenham than what they are at Brentford, and that's nothing against them, because they play fucking some fabulous fucking football. But it's easier playing football like that when there's not a great deal of pressure on you.
Yeah.
As a team and as a manager and as a club, you're Tottenham Hotspur. You're expected to play a certain way. You're expected to be challenging. You're expecting to, in my eyes, that's what I class Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham are organised as a
you
team.
can see that they are organised, can't you now, to be fair?
So listen, it's a totally different system to how it was last year with Ange. He was all up, we'll fucking go high, and we'll not worry about what's at the back. We'll just rely on our 2 defenders. So it's a totally different way. It's kind of like he started backwards and worked his way forwards. You know, he needs to hurry up and get fucking forwards, because at the moment
I'll just butt in there, sorry. With this, what I was saying about the half-time, man, is this another example as well of it? I'm always moaning about this generation. Back in our day, us 3 could go in at half-time, and if the manager gave us a right rocket, a right bollocking, we would all 3 go out there and we would raise it. Is it another generational thing? Well, you can't really do that, because I noticed it when I was managing, just like Harry's level. I had to be really careful to get my message across strongly, but not too strongly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're a fluffy bunch. They're a fluffy bunch of. They're a fluffy bunch. You can't shout at them too much.
Hit the beds, didn't they, Dan? That's what
mate. Does my head in.
It does my head in as well. I'm always going on about it. But I found it really difficult, because there was a couple of times when I first started doing that, And I used to go off the nut, and I thought, it's not working. You've got to almost lie to them to try and get something out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone, for example, was having a shit game. You've almost got to lie to them, say, look, you're doing well, but just do this, just do that. Whereas before you'd say, pull your fucking socks up, mate, or you're off. Do you know what I mean?
Harry, I love Simons, and I'm so glad that we've got him. And I think he will be a fabulous player for us. He's come into a team that is going through transition. And I just think at this moment in time, we don't need to be playing him on that fucking left. And this is why I think we need to go to a 3-5-2 system until we can at least get a top striker, if we can get one, and somebody that can play on the side of a 4-3-3, if that's the system that he's going to play. Do you know what I mean? Or if he's going to play a 4-2-3-1 system. Xavi Simons needs to be in the middle of the park. He will soon get up to speed in the Premier League. I've got no doubt about it. He's a quality player. He's a young lad. He's quality. He's coming into a new team, a new club, new league. So there is going to be some. He's not been as worse as what. I mean, like Tell's awful. Do you know what I mean? There's not a great distance in their age groups. Do you know what I mean? So I just think I'll give him. We've got to give him time. We don't go and pay that money. He's an international. Do you know what I mean? I think give him the time, and I think once Frank has another transfer window, things maybe start settling down and change the system. I think there needs to be some tweaking going on.
Do you reckon then, John? John, do you reckon this? I reckon. What do you think of this? So is this why we are struggling at home? We're going to be better, and we are better when we're away from home because teams come onto us and we can break, rather than having to dominate teams when our front three, or just say final third, is shit. I mean, let's be fair. So when we've got to break and not think about it so quick, we'll be all right away from home.
Yeah, I think that front three just needs, mate. That front three is absolutely diabolical, isn't it? Proper diabolical at the minute. You know,
well, this is the Thomas Frank thing, John. Before you come on, I said to Dan, Spurs have won just 3 of the last 17 Premier League home games. So that to me says when they're expected to perform in the final third, it's not the manager's problem; it is the players.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't really put your hopes on Tell.
No,
you know what I mean. He ain't brilliant, is he? You know what I mean. I don't like to knock the lad. He's young, but he ain't brilliant. But there's other people that have around the same age as him who are like coping well. So why can't he just do the business? You know what I mean? When he's put in the front three. But
do you know what I think? I think it's a big effect. Is the stadium is fucking flat.
Yeah, do you know what, Dan? That stadium was flat yesterday.
Yeah,
it was
it's
a bit.
Funny to say that because Harry's on it now. I said to Harry yesterday that Doherty would have said to the Wolves players, because obviously he was with us for 3 years, weren't he? He would have said to them, "Look, we got to keep this 0-0 for as long as we can." Because believe me, these fans will start getting frustrated. There'll be groans, there'll be moans, and that's exactly what happened.
Do you know what? It's nowhere near. It's nowhere near a fortress. That stadium.
No,
it ain't a fortress. It's never fucking loud. You take Newcastle, for instance. That fucking ground is fucking bouncing. Every single one of those fans in there, and they will have tourist fans. They will have different different fans in there from different countries that are there. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that fucking our stadium's terrible. Far too many times, a song will start and then it's fiddled out, and all you can hear is the away fucking support in that corner. That's all you can see. And when Spurs fans, the ones that do sing, that know the songs, it just fizzles out because there's not enough people, and we just don't get behind. I think as Spurs fans, we just don't get behind our fans at home as much as what we should do, but away, we do get behind the team.
I think
I think the away fans have got a lot more ball bags about them as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
The only time that the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a fortress, and I love it, is like when we play the bigger teams in the Premier League, it is rocking then, or when we play a so-called bigger team in the Champions League or in the Europa League when we're not expected to win. When we're the underdogs, it's good.
Yeah.
But when they are playing teams like Wolves and Bournemouth, who we struggled against, it's almost silent, like we're just expected to win.
Yeah, because there's no pressure on them, is there?
No pressure.
There's no pressure for them to come and warm.
No.
There's no pressure on them at all. All the pressure's on Spurs and on the players, and it comes from, that's like I say, being who we are, being the club that we are. And these players, they're like gone from like playing at the Vitality, like I say, the Bournemouth game, to playing in front of that stadium. Do you know what I mean? And you come in there and you're going, fucking hell, that's massive. When you're like playing at Bournemouth, you're like, oh, I can see the top of the stand. I can see other buildings around it. When you do you know what I mean? But we don't make it awful for players. We don't make it horrible. And there's not one place in that stadium for me from where the Spurs fans actually all get together and all sing, because everybody's been split up from when we used to have season tickets,
like the London Stadium effect, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, when we used to have the Park Lane and the fucking shelf side, it was Park Lane shelf side, and that's where it all came from. Singing all of the time, and that's where it all came from, because you knew who you were sitting next to. You knew that person was there week in, week out. You'd see them away. Now, corporate, business, and all that fucking bollocks, tourists come in, get their bloody seats and everything. You don't know who you're going to be sitting next to each week. And that's where...
Do you see at half time, Dan? People are walking in like fucking 20 minutes after it started.
Yeah, exactly, because they've probably been like mincing it downstairs, having a chit chat and shit.
Having a swami kebab and...
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's no enthusiasm to get out there, because when the football's not that good and there's nothing really to drive you to want to get back to your seat, say, hey, I don't want to fucking miss this. I don't want to miss this fucking shit. I used to fucking love it. I used to want to get back to my seat, finish my fucking beer, get up there, have a piss, and then get fucking singing.
I never left my seat. Dan, because I was too paranoid I was going to be late from the bar back. I just used to sit there for the whole lot. Even if it was £5, I'd sit there 90 minutes. I would never go early.
I can't remember most of the fucking games anyway.
Being at White Hart Lane and just pissing fucking... just having a piss through the programme onto the floor. You know what I mean?
So we got Bodo Glimt Tuesday on the plastic pitch. What are you expecting from that then, John? Champions League, Tuesday night.
Plastic pitch.
Yeah.
That says it all, doesn't it? I think...
different time of year.
Do you know what? I think we'll have a go at them this time. I'm hoping we'll have a fucking go at them this time properly on a plastic pitch. You know what I mean? It's a shit team in reality, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Different time of year though, as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's colder there now than what it was.
I'm quite looking forward to this game, and I don't know why, but I'm quite confident of winning this game. We got Leeds away at 12:30 on Saturday.
Yeah. What's the point? Is hit it on the nail on the head there?
Yeah. But I'm not confident that the Glimt one because of the plastic pitch, but I'm confident that the Leeds one. I don't know why that doesn't really make sense, does it? You know what I mean?
I think it'll be a different game this time playing against Bodo Glimt. So they're not going to have they're not be thinking, oh yeah, we know what Spurs were like last time because they've got fucking Flange in charge of it. It'll be different, but it just makes me a little bit twitchy about Bodo Glimt. I don't know. I've just got a funny feeling about it, and I don't think it's going to be an easy game.
Pitch in the cold weather, isn't it, Dan? That's
and that's what I mean. It's a different time of the year. I think it's colder there now, isn't it, than when we played them before?
Yeah.
I think it's a lot colder now.
They're not going to walk that plastic pitch, are they? They're going to fucking...
mate. It's going to be cold there.
Those ugly wins.
Yeah. Leeds... Leeds are up and down. Do you know what I mean? So, they'll come and have a go.
They will come and have a go at us.
Yeah,
and I will. I weirdly think that will suit us. I do. Because of what I just said before.
If Romero turns up, because did you talk about the back three in that last game was absolutely shit. Romero went on the missing, didn't he? Went on the missing.
I'll tell you what, Romero's not been on it for 3 or 4 games now in my eyes, and he's supposed to be captain. And as a captain, you're the one who's dishing out the fucking bollockings on that fucking pitch.
Well, I saw him. I saw him on Wolves' penalty box, and Bentancur had to cover him at centre half when Wolves broke.
Yeah.
I was gutted when they took Bentancur off. For fucking subbing Bentancur was absolutely a joke. I thought, who's going to run back now?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's going to run back now?
I think we're just going to all have to accept the fact that it's early days, and I think we're going to have to be very patient, aren't we?
Yeah, it was a typical Spurs, this era performance for me.
Mm.
So we were lucky to get a point, but I would just drop Vicario now for a little bit and say, look, you ain't the number one. Get Kingsky in there, give him a fucking chance. Because I'm thinking that Kingsky's fucking saving that. He's either holding that or he's at
100%.
least punching. He's punching that away, or he's not even diving. He's just moving across. Because to me, you should not be palming that ball out when you can see all you can see is Wolves players in fucking front of you.
That was absolutely disgusting. That was a reason not to play him in the next fucking game.
Yeah.
How naive can you be as a goalkeeper in that much fucking experience that he's got to fucking push the ball out? We ain't playing volleyball, bruv. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, John, all throughout the game, he was passing. He was looking about like that, panicking, passing it to say,
shaky, wasn't he?
When he wasn't in a position to do it. Then he panicked and booted it off. I mean, Frank knows, but he was trying to say, look, the players didn't move for him and all that. But when Kingsky was in the other day, I had none of that worries. He wasn't holding for ages. He was passing it straight away. He seems like he's a lot more calmer than Vicario to me.
Yeah. I mean, we've said this before, though, haven't we? We've said it before, though. Vicario and Romero do slow the play down somewhat.
I love him.
Mate. Romero does, doesn't he? Fucking hell.
Points. He's like pointing. You're thinking, come on, you can't play a welded ball every single time. Just shift it quick. That's all we ask. Do you know what I mean? Shift the ball quick. It makes teams. We allow teams now to get back into a defensive formation. Do you know what I mean?
What he's got to do, Dan, I'll tell you what he has to do. If it was me, I would pull the defenders and some of the midfielders to one side and say, look, between us lot, lads, what I've got you here. We know we're not good in the final third at the moment. So I expect the ball to be released a lot quicker. I want the ball to be moved a lot faster. We cannot afford to let teams get back into their shape because the final third is shit.
Yeah. See, I've watched quite.
There's got to be a way of telling them that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's got to be. But I mean, I've watched quite a lot of their training videos, and you see a lot of their work, right, is getting the ball down and beating the man on the outside and putting a cross in. So why are they not doing it in games?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This geezer's right, what he's saying about Kudos at the bottom there. He gives people time to get back in their position by fucking about. But do you know what? I watched Kudos at West Ham, mate. He ain't all that.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a good little player, but he ain't all that.
He's comfortable now because he thinks he's going to start. So this is the way I'm thinking it. Richardson thinks, well, I'm the number one. I'm going to be in there because I've got two players that are coming back from an injury of some type. And I think that's the way of Kudos as well. He thinks he's now coming in and he's starting all the time. But to be fair, you might as well have Johnson there if you're going to have flipping Kudos there, because at least Johnson makes a run to the back post. And I know Kudos had that header and everything, but at least he does make runs to the back post, and he can deliver a ball when he doesn't have to think about it. I just think Kudos at this moment.
Well, I'm not going to say he's the best player, but I'm going to be outnumbered. I think the best player. I think the best player we've got is Polinia, but I'm not going to slate Kudos. Yes, because
where does that put all the other fucking players we've got? If you say Kudos and Polinia as our best players,
I think Polinia,
a 30-year-old and a fucking West Ham has been.
I don't want to slate Kudos. Reason is one for the first. I've got two reasons. The first one is he's our only outlet. It looks like. And for two, it's something that can be solved bang like that from Frank. Look, beat your man, get it in. That's it. It can be solved quick if Frank is the man.
It's got to come from Frank. Yeah, it's something needs to change.
What worries me is, and it happened against Bournemouth. I think I said it on the last one. If teams just say double up on Kudos, we're fucked.
Yeah, what's the point? He's got another point there. To be fair, Richarlison, he was making the
he was
making the runs. He just don't get fed at all, does he? One bit. You know, there's no service to Richarlison. If you watch the game, there's no service to him. Maybe once, twice. That's diabolical.
I will say, and Harry's watching this, and Harry, you can back me up on this. Right? When I used to be the manager of Harry's team, I used to say, whoever gets down the line, right, you forwards, whether it's a 2 or 3, what we was playing, you got to make that run when that cross is just about to be knocked in, you've got to be on that 6-yard line. And I was watching it yesterday because I was saying to Harry, why isn't Richarlison on that 6-yard line? He doesn't move. There's no forwards thinking players, not even a midfielder coming from deep on that 6-yard line. You
No.
watch back the highlights. When the cross goes, which wasn't often, admittedly, there was no one on that 6-yard line. No one.
Yeah. And
the other thing,
on this fucking offside shit, aren't they now?
Yeah. The other thing for me is that when we're delivering the ball, all of the defence in one line, we've just got our players in there. Now, if you're not going to make then a lot of the time, some of them are static, and it's easy, it's easy to defend because you ain't pulling players out. You're not pulling defenders. Centre halves don't want to get pulled out of fucking position. Do you know what I mean? And defenders, and because he's up there by himself, Richarlison. I mean, I think he could be a really good striker if he's getting the right
proper service.
Proper service. He's not getting anything from the left.
Sorry, when I was doing Harry's the first team, right? We had 3 up front, right? So when we attacked, I gave everyone a thing. Person A, this is before the cross comes in, near post. Person B, penalty spot, 6-yard line. Person C, back post, right? So if a cross ever went in, and any one of those players wasn't in that position, and then the ball ended up just going flash across, I would go mental at half time. It only took me a couple of times to, let rip a bit. And every time a cross went in, one of them tapped it in. That's all Frank's got.
See, I think it's changed.
You got to make the
I think it's changed because we always used to play like if our right back is overlapping on our winger, then our left back would be making that run to that back post, or at least be in an area near the penalty area to pick any loose balls up. And so many times we see balls that are punted in and they just run out or they go out for a throw-in on the other side. And I just think football's changed in how they play it now. And
it's robotic and static, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And sometimes you can chuck a fucking cloth over a lot of our fucking players. And it's when you don't move the ball fast, it's easy to defend against it. And once you win that ball, it's easy to attack and move it because players are out of position.
Ball going through and just running through. I said to Harry yesterday, watch our corners, which I'm not going to moan. The set pieces are much improved under Frank. They are, right? But I've seen it a few times. There's 4 Spurs players at the back post when Simmons take the corner kick. All of them go to whatever position they're told to go to. No one stayed in the back stick. No one. So the ball ended up just going straight across.
Yeah.
If someone had stayed at the back stick, you got to tap him.
Yeah. Two. Looking at it yesterday, 2 players go to the front post, and then there's 2 players that go in to an area where there's already one of our players who's trying to pull their defender and make a block effectively so the goalkeeper can't come. And you're right, if there's nobody at the back post. But that's how we scored against fucking West Ham. That's how Sars got his goal.
I just think you've got to... It annoys me as well when... I'm not saying we've done this yesterday, but it annoys me as well with any team that I'm watching, to be fair, when a corner comes in and it's nodded out and they haven't got someone there. Yeah. You should have always someone there, like at the edge of the D or something, shouldn't you? Always.
Yeah.
It does annoy me when that doesn't happen. It happens. Many teams do that. So basically what we said last couple of 10 minutes is we can see what Frank's trying to do. It just needs tweaking and it's going to take time. Probably a window or 2 to get the right players in.
Yeah. For me, there's a theme, right, where the same players are playing all the time. Because we're getting over-reliant on them, so they are tired. And they're getting tired. Do you know what I mean? You can't expect Bentancur and fucking Paulinho, who are both fucking one's 30, one's nearly 30, to be playing every single fucking game for us. And that's why I was slightly annoyed that he played Paulinho at centre half the other night.
Yeah,
because he needs some fucking rest. Do you know what I mean? Or do a pivot. Paulinho one half and Bentancur the other. If that's how you're going to do it, if you're not going to play.
I wouldn't play Paulinho on that plastic pitch because I'll be too paranoid he gets injured. That's just me. I'd probably play Bentancur and Sarr.
Yeah, Sarr needs to come back. We miss Sarr.
Definitely miss Sarr, mate. Definitely miss him. I used to hate that geezer, and now I love him.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I just think they need to change a little bit of the formation while we haven't got anybody that can play in that top left position at this moment in time. Our players just don't. Whoever we put out there, it's not fucking working. It ain't working at all. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, Richarlison, if we've got one, he got one area where the balls fucking come from. Because how many times have we played actually through the middle under Frank? Not many times, have we? Not many times have we. Has there been a 1-2 on the top of the D or anything like that to lay off for a shot? There's not. We've got it down the side, and it's only coming from. Well, I'll say it's not hardly coming from the kudos area. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing. So yeah, it's all right. Look,
I'm hoping that through the middle 1-2 bit is what you're talking about. I think that will hopefully, and probably Thomas Frank's hoping as well, that will start happening more and more once Simmons gets acclimatised, shall we call it, because he'll be the man to start making that happen, won't it?
Yeah.
And a fine example of that was, I mean, no one's really mentioned it, but that equaliser, Tell put in a crap cross, but the layoff from Sarr, the cushioned layoff, is what made that goal.
It made it easier for him to put that in there.
That's a great layoff, man, that was. Yeah. So we're confident then for Tuesday. Prediction time, John.
Oh, mate. Draw.
Oh.
For the first time. I think it'll be like 2-2 or 1-1.
I'm going 1-1.
I was going to say 1-1. Bloody hell.
I just don't. Yeah. At the way we are at the moment.
Go on, boy.
Jesus.
Go on, H. Fucking hell.
Are you on the vodka tonight, Harry? I think you might be, to be fair. Nah, but I'm going to say we'll draw 1-1 and smash Leeds. Yeah, but that's about it then, everyone. Tunes for joining in. And Dan, is it Tuesday night?
Tuesday night. We're going to do our
John,
Prem chat.
We're doing a new thing because we've been asked by so many people that obviously don't support Spurs and are our mates. So we're doing Tuesday night, 8:30, LJ and Dan's Premier League chat, which should be quite interesting.
I enjoy watching that, Lou. Fucking hell. You can't get me on like that one. I'll be slaughtering every other club, mate.
Well, that's what it's about. So hopefully, just be a bit of a change. You know what I mean? An hour a week or something, just chatting about the Premier
I'll
League.
enjoy that.
Because no matter what you think, we're moaning, as we always do, Tottenham fans, but we're still somehow fourth, and we haven't even hit any sort of heights yet, except for the City game, I'd say, maybe West Ham in the second half. So if we can just grind out results and hang on in there, do you know what I mean? Who knows?
We can get mid-table, Lou. Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah, he's right. He does like a sliding tackle.
Yeah, I'm expecting to get a lot of grief, especially when they ask me about Arsenal, because you're bound to attract some trolls. We're letting the trolls in, I think, with this Premier chat, Dan.
Fuck them. Who gives a fuck?
I don't need weapons, mate. Plenty of experience and wisdom. We'll see you on Tuesday.
We'll get a question about Arsenal. We'll go, who are you talking about?
Filth bastards. Actual filth bastards.
And we won't talk about them. All right, boys. See you later on.
See you later. See you later, John.
Take it easy.